Alright, this is the continuation of Dino Crisis. Um, I played a little bit of it today, and enough to put the stabilizer and initializer together and put them inside the third energy. So after I just did those two, I decided to stop, take a break. I'm gonna probably try to finish up the game today. So that's what I'm going to do. See if I could finish up Dino Crisis today. I would say one thing though. My original thoughts when I was younger playing this game is that I had it at a 9. Now that I'm much older and I could see the flaws that younger me would not be able to see when it comes to video games and how things are made and how a person should critique a game, whether they like a game or they dislike a game, how those things should be addressed. Just doesn't You just don't ignore it simply because you like the game. You have to address all the blemishes as well. So I'd say this game is not really a 9. This game can be an 8 at most, and in the sevens or 6 at least. If you hate how certain things are set up in this game, whether it's an old game or not, you will put it in the 6. But then I believe that's ridiculously stupid, unfair behavior because this is an old game made on an old system and old software and didn't have up-to-date things that they should have. However, other things that they should have done is have a proper story, not a proper story, but proper symmetrical way of you discovering things in gameplay, how to get from point A to point B. But they didn't. They have everything all over the place, which is fine because no one really likes to play a linear game. They like to discover things that could be in certain places. However, if you don't tag certain rooms specifically where they are, you won't know where they are, and then it'll become a problem. And discovering them for the first time should initiate a tag for said room so you could know what room to go to inside the game itself. You shouldn't have to be pulling out pieces of paper to write things down just to remember rooms. That's a bad thing on their part. Same as map locations when something is unlocked. It should show that it's unlocked when you're in a new area. It should show that you're in a new area. And it's just not just a map thing as well. When it comes to activating an event or a situation, you shouldn't have to follow a set path to activate that event. Like for the initializer, stabilizer, and Kirk's keycard after I got his fingerprints, I tried to initiate the machine, but it had a system lockdown, and the system lockdown wouldn't allow me to do so, no matter how many times I did it. So what I did is I ran into another room, saved the game on an actual save room, came back into the room, and then had to follow a specific pathway. And maybe I touched something, don't even remember what it was, and then I activated the third energy machine again, and this time it says I don't need to operate the machine again. But no matter how many times I went back to it, I was able to do it over and over and over again, showing meaning that there's something missing. But for the life of me, I don't know what that something missing is. Because at a certain point, I just start pressing any buttons in hopes that something would work. And maybe it worked and maybe it didn't. Maybe it was a glitch. But once you get to that point in the game, it becomes frustrating because it's bad game design. Because it's expecting the gamers to follow a set path, but it doesn't give you direction to what that set path is because it wants everything to be free for you, not to follow a linear path. But the problem with the non-linear path is that you don't know where to go, and it could be all over the place. It could be upstairs, downstairs, in another room, and it could take a ridiculous amount of time to find that thing, and that could be very frustrating and not make people come back to the game. So you have to address all those hiccups and all those bumps and glitches, and it could have been a glitch as well. Who knows? But whatever it is, it's done and over with. And after careful evaluation, I'd say, well, that wasn't done well. Because if that was done well, then it was done in a way that they expect you to know where you're supposed to go in a non-linear game, which is doesn't make sense since nothing is really labeled and you literally have to write things down. So that said, I'm going to continue the rest of the game, and I should be getting near to the end of the game, and I should be finished this today, and maybe I'll continue Bloodborne directly after this because I haven't done Bloodborne in quite some time. But I believe this game is an 8 most, 7.6 least, but an 8 most. I don't believe this game is in the 9s anymore. I believe it's 8 at best. You could maybe get it to a mid 8s, but I believe this game is a low 8s. Like, I originally thought this was a pretty cool game back in the days, but now that I think about it, I see all the flaws, and it's not good. Would I come back to this game? Yeah, sure, I'll come back to this game, but not this year, and probably not next year. And that's the problem with games that are flawed. When you find a game that's flawed, it's something that would you would put on the shelf for quite some time. And if new and better games come along, you might not get back to that game until 3, 4, 5 years later. So having a faulty game is never a good thing, whether it's an old school faulty game or a new school faulty game, because you just get shelved and forgotten. And when you want to play it again, it will simply be because for some reason you're into want to kill dinosaurs and you want to play survival horrors with dinosaurs, not zombies. And that will be like the only time you would pull something like Dino Crisis back off the shelf again. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't. It has to do something with dinosaurs and shooting dinosaurs for you to pull it off the shelf. Otherwise, you probably won't. And the sad part about it is that this game, at most, I could see this game being an 8, and that's not really good for being a game that you're gonna come back to over and over and over again. Yeah, I think the main problem of this game is that it had one too many fucking puzzles. That was the main problem. It had one too many puzzles, or its puzzles didn't really make well, its puzzles made sense, but it really had too many. And if the puzzles weren't too many, I would say if I'm wrong about the puzzles being too many, then the main problem in this game was the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth again, and back and forth again. Go in this room, get this in this other room, go in this other room, put this together, backtrack to this. The backtrack in this game will make Resident Evil look like a child. There's too many backtracking in this game. Or maybe they're both the same. They're both backtrack Sunday school bad guys or something like that. But the point is, there are too many backtracks in the game. If you believe there are not too many puzzles, then there's too many backtracks. But if you think the backtracking is okay, then there's too many puzzles. It's one or the other. And if you think both are okay, then there might be something wrong there with you. And if there's nothing wrong there with you, then there's other factors that's wrong with the game as well, such as glitches and such as things that has no indications with regards to where they are. In like rooms not having um, any type of identification once you go into the room and come out the room. You only know that you're in a room when you get into the room and it tells you, oh, you're in this room, but it's not stated on the map. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's all those things, in my opinion, all those things. One too many puzzles, one too many backtracks, and maps as well as doing things over and over again. So this is going to continue. So I believe this game's an 8 at most.
okay. Just get Kirk. Hurry.
Take it easy, Gale.
No. Take this. Tagged him with transmitter.
Gale. Gale!
All right. The overload levels are increasing. Just a little more. Looking good. Gale, what happened to him?
I don't know, but Kirk's gone.
I'm gonna kill him! This is it. All that's left is our escape. Let's go.
Wait, what about Kirk?
What about him? It's a miracle we're still alive at this point. Forget about him.
Don't forget the mission. You're not here to babysit.
Sorry, but I have a conscience. I'm taking you back, now.
No. You two get going. I'm going after Kirk.
What? You're insane! Don't you remember our situation? The third energy can't be controlled anymore. Staying here any longer is suicide!
I know. If I'm not back in 30 minutes, you two make your escape without me.
Hey! Do something!
Kirk must be after the stabilizer.
Why did you let him go?
I'm finally beginning to understand him. He's a professional, first and foremost. It's the only way he operates.
You're right. And it's up to me to do my part as well. I'll make sure everything's ready to go as soon as you get back.
You got your man, Gale.
You're not one to forget a grudge, are you?
Come on, let's go.
Regina, take this.
Disc?
It contains all the information on the third energy, including the details on how to use it as a weapon. Once we deliver this disc to our government, our real mission will be complete.
Just as I suspected.
What do you mean, our real mission? Our mission is to take back Dr. Kirk.
That was the official lie they fed you. Your boss only wanted the data from the very beginning.
What are you talking about?
Don't you get it, girl? It's so obvious. The government doesn't want me. They want the third energy. They want this weapon all to themselves.
And this whole mission was a front from the very beginning.
Our government knew that Kirk's project had to be some type of weapon. I mean, just think about it. A staged, accidental death, political asylum, a secret non-weapon project at a hidden military base. And you know how this country has always been famous for developing new weapons in secret. Our government knew that there was a new weapon, and they wanted it. Our real mission was to ascertain all information on the weapon so that only our country can exploit it. Dr. Kirk's just a bonus.
I can't believe it.
Ha! You naively called me a devil before. But if you think about it, you know who the true devil is.
I don't understand, Gale. Why didn't you tell us?
I can only guess that the two of you were too clean to be trusted by the top brass.
And what about you?
I didn't want to put either of you in danger. What you didn't know couldn't hurt you.
This has all been quite enlightening, but can we go now?
You're right. Let's go, Gale.
And this is the reward for a lifetime of service to the government. Sad, isn't it?
Let's go.
Where's Gale? Let's go then.
Actually, I want to see if I could collect all my stuff before I leave. I have so much. I believe some of the locker stuff has some bullets in there. I want to make sure every one of my weapon is good to go. My grenade doesn't have any bullets, and that's not good. Well, I guess I don't have much of a choice. Once you pass a certain point, I guess that's it. There's also the factor of saving. If you sometimes save over your previous save, it doesn't work. And I mean is, for some time, because this is an old game, it might glitch out. You may save over an old save, and it will remember the old save, but not the new one. That's very bad. And that's why the game created the alternate save and load, which is this. So if anything does happen to the save that you did save, and it doesn't remember your new save, you have this to use. So I always use this as well. And it's happened to me twice already in this game. Coming towards the end of the game, and somewhere at the beginning of the game. And I find that extremely frustrating, and it's also one of the reasons why I have the game down to an 8. Because that's 4 hours of my time was lost. Simply because it did not remember to overwrite. It's terrible. I would highly recommend people use this save and this load, because the old save and load sometimes could bug out, and and that's not good at all. And you could waste a lot of time. So I appreciate that the old games now have original save and loads in there so that you don't waste time and effort and the ridiculousness of running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and also worst, glitching out or it not saving, or it does save the new save, but when you load it in and reset the game for something like this, like if I was to do, like if it wasn't in this cutscene, it would pause the game and didn't allow me to reset. What has happened in this game is that when you reset sometimes and you go back to the main screen, what I've learned is that it doesn't remember the recent save on the old game saves for slots. And it happened to me once today, and it was 4 hours of lost time, and it was inexcusable in my opinion. So I'm very appreciative of this new save, not because it makes things simpler and easier, because now I know the reason, one of the real reason why it's there. Because no one wants to go through something for a long period of time for the game to just bug out one day and not save it. That's atrocious. So I have a newfound appreciation of the new load and save. I don't believe it's an easier way to do things in the game to make your life easy. I believe it's necessary just in case the old saves don't work the way you want them to. Very necessary. When I came through this door, which door did I came through? Alright, so good to know. Good to know. The shotgun doesn't really do much of anything. So you have to time when you should shoot the grenade. And maybe you could bob and weave to the side. I'm not sure if you can bob and weave, but I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, so I have to use the grenade. So I have to use the grenade, but I have to reload fast. Every time I hit him, I have to reload fast. But the thing is about the game doesn't have its own voluntary reload. You only reload when you're out of bullets. So that's the sucky part. Okay, that's no good.
I'll finish this. Stay down.
A bit of ridiculousness that
Game over, folks.
After this mission, I don't think I'll ever be able to look at a croc skin bag the same way.
there's a bit of ridiculousness there. Like there's no way a Tyrannosaurus can move faster than a hovercraft. Or a hoverboat, however you want to.
End of the line for you, handsome. You're extinct!
have mail. The final report of Operation Dr. Kirk. Agent name, Regina. Dr. Kirk. Status, recaptured.
We have recaptured Dr. Kirk, who is currently negotiating future experiments with the military high command.
Gale. Status, deceased.
Due to uncontrollable circumstances, Gale had to sacrifice himself in order to protect the target.
Rick. Status, alive.
Rick is currently analyzing the data that was recovered from Ibis Island.
Regina. Status, alive.
As for myself, I'm ready to begin my next assignment.
Tom. Status, deceased.
Tom was attacked and killed by a giant reptile that was inhabiting the island. He will be missed.
Cooper. Status, unknown.
We lost contact with Cooper at the beginning of the mission and have not heard from him since then.
Disk. Status, recovered.
The military R&D department is currently analyzing its contents.
Mission complete. Operation instructions. You have mail. The second report from Military Experiment Facility. Agent name, Tom.
I have successfully infiltrated under the guise of a researcher as planned. I have encountered no information regarding top-secret development of new type weapons, but I have discovered there is an unexpected individual at this facility. The man is Dr. Kirk, the leading authority of our nation's energy research. Dr. Kirk was alleged to have died in an accident during the course of an experiment 3 years ago. The reports were premature, and it appears that he is currently working as the head of a non-weapon project at this facility. The experiment is in the late stages of development. Regarding the staged accidental death, it appears that this country is somehow involved, recommending that necessary actions be taken immediately.
Refer to the data on Dr. Kirk. Operation instructions.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I could go for an alternate ending and see how that works.
Okay. Just get Kirk. Hurry.
Take it easy, Gale.
No. Take this. Tagged him with transmitter.
Gale. Gale!
All right. The overload levels are increasing. Just a little more. Looking good. Gale, what happened to him?
I don't know, but Kirk's gone.
I'm gonna kill him! This is it. All that's left is our escape. Let's go.
Wait, what about Kirk?
What about him? It's a miracle we're still alive at this point. Forget about him. Sorry, but I have a conscience. I'm taking you back, now.
No. You two get going. I'm going after Kirk.
The third energy can't be controlled anymore. Staying here any longer is suicide.
I know. If I'm not back in 30 minutes, you two make your escape without me.
Hey, do something!
Gale!
Thanks. That G.I. Joe deserved it. Come on.
Okay, let's get out of here.
We can't. At least not yet. It needs fuel and some repairs before it'll move.
I'll take care of the fuel then.
It looks like this thing's powered by some type of nuclear energy. Here, put the fuel in this. T-Rex again.
Leave him to me. You just work on getting that thing fixed.
Right. Hold up, Regina. Take this.
Intruder detected at port. Lockdown in progress.
Fire in the hole! Get down! All set? It's time to make like a tree and get out of here. Oh boy, I'd say it's time to run! Blast! It's gonna overtake us!
Alright, that's it. I got the two endings I want. And I should I'm not sure if it's gonna give me the same outfits. I think it might give me the same outfits if I unlock all three endings. Then it'll give me all four outfits. So I believe the third ending is when you knock out Gale, but you go after Kirk, and you go after Kirk and you stop Kirk, and then you bring Kirk back, and then you fight T-Rex. So yeah, you just have to remember where he's going, and he will actually try to escape to the port section on his own. I think the main thing is to go back to the opposite way of where you typically would go anyway to get Kirk. Bopping and weaving dinosaurs if you see any of them. I think his way is, Kirk is probably going to be the hardest because you have to find him. And you don't know where he's going, but you kind of guess. You kind of guess where he's going by just looking at the video, and you'll see exactly where he was going to go to before Gale stopped him. But I don't need to play that one as well. I got the two different endings I wanted. Not really interested in Kirk's ending. This is pretty much all. It's pretty much the same, with the exception that Kirk is going to be with you, and maybe there's just one other scene that's different from the last two, or maybe two other scenes. But it's no big deal. Don't really need to see all three of them. It's been a very interesting journey and very educational one, because before I used to think that this game was pretty awesome in the past, but after careful consideration, I have to drop it like a full 1 point.
The final report. Operation Dr.
Most this game will ever be is an 8. Nothing higher than that. And I believe that's being very fair to it, seeing the fact that there's so many bad things about it.
His survival is unknown.
Gale. Status.
It's an awesome game versus fighting
Gale did
dinosaurs,
survive, but he is seriously injured and is currently recovering at our military medical facility.
Rick. Status. Alive.
Rick is currently analyzing the data that was recovered from Ibis Island.
Regina. Status. Alive.
As for myself, I'm ready to begin my next assignment.
Tom. Status. Deceased.
Tom was attacked and killed by a giant reptile that was inhabiting the island. He will be missed.
Cooper. Status. Unknown.
We lost contact with Cooper at the beginning of the mission, and have not heard from him since then.
Mission complete.
Now it's saying ending 1 of 3, but for context, I already see two of the 3 endings. I just decided to do both of them. So I'm definitely not going to play this game like 3 times just to see 3 different endings. I'll play it once to see like 3 different endings. But I wonder, here's the thing, if I do Cooper's ending, or if I do the Doc's ending, how do you do the Doc's ending? And do you get different costumes if you do the Doc's ending? Or would it do the same thing? Would I get the same exact... Like if I exit out and load, I think if I exit out and load, it'll just give me the same 3 outfits. And the last one, it'll probably only give it to me if I rescue the Doc. Yeah. So it's the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load. Let's see here. Load this part again, and this time I'm going to go after the dock and see how this goes.
Okay. Just get Kirk. All right.
Take it easy, Gale.
No. Take this. Tagged him with transmitter.
Gale. Gale.
All right. The overload levels are increasing. Just a little more. Looking good. Gale, what happened to him?
I don't know, but Kirk's gone.
I'm gonna kill him! This is it. All that's left is our escape. Let's go.
Wait, what about Kirk?
What about him? It's a miracle we're still alive at this point. Forget about him.
Don't forget the mission. You're not here to babysit.
Sorry, but I have a conscience. I'm taking you back, now.
No. You two get going. I'm going after Kirk.
What? You're insane! Don't you remember our situation? The third energy can't be controlled anymore. Staying here any longer is suicide!
I know. If I'm not back in 30 minutes, you two make your escape without me.
Hey! Do something!
Gale!
Thanks. That G.I. Joe deserved it. Come on.
Alright, now I'm gonna look for Kirk. I'm gonna check all those blinking red doors and see where he is based on those destinations. So we'll see. Make sure I might be some save, let's see, here. Alright, so Kirk. As wait, first let me go through this door. Actually, let me check that elevator. I'll check the elevator, and then I'll see. Well, would he even be down here? That's the thing. There's no blinking lights down here. Just gonna have to wing it. What the hell? I didn't say to come here. Or maybe I was on B3 the whole time. Alright, so let's go straight. Never came around here before. The hell? It says there's 2 doors in here, but I only see the one. Oh, you have to operate this, okay. It makes no sense. Why was Kirk trying to come here if he's not here? If you picked Gale's option at the very beginning, you would find him and Kirk right outside the door here. Alright, so this is the last place that was door that was blinking. So anything could be in here. There he is. Okay.
Regina, what are you doing? Answer me! What have you been doing? The hovercraft is being destroyed by the T-Rex.
I caught the doctor, Rick. There's a chopper over here we can use to escape.
Oh, great. I'm heading over now.
Good. I'll pick you up ASAP. Hurry!
That T-Rex is right behind us. We gotta move fast.
Let's go! Rick, faster! Rick, now!
Let's see, will it let me continue at Dr. Kirk? It probably won't. Alright, so I have to load at... Oh, jeez. I should have just saved it. Because now I gotta go all the way there to the helicopter. Oh, Jesus. I should have just... I should have just saved it. I kind of like the hovercraft one the best. The hovercraft one where the third energy is blasting out. So to me, the Rick's ending is pretty awesome. I like the helicopter idea, but I need to see how the T-Rex get done in if the helicopter is the best one. I know it's the best one because you save Gale and then um, get Kirk and the whole 9 yards. But I need to see how it ends. What the hell? Oh, okay. Why am I here?
Regina, what are you doing? Answer me! What have you been doing? The hovercraft just being destroyed by the T-Rex.
I caught the doctor, Rick. There's a chopper over here we can use to escape.
Oh, great. I'm heading over now.
Good. I'll pick you up ASAP. Hurry!
There's just one thing I don't understand about this game. Like, why have all these aids if you can't, if it won't matter when you're fighting the T-Rex? Because he bites you once with a full bite sweep, and he does headbutts, which should lower your health, but if he does a full bite, then it doesn't matter if you put recovery. It's more likely you're getting bitten, so this is more like for smaller enemies. It doesn't really make sense. But it's better than nothing, I guess. You know, I won't mix anymore. I'll I'll do, and I'll be done with the game. I don't think I need this last aid. I mean, what am I doing? Might as well. Mix it with large. And that's that. Then we go out. And I'll do my actual true save right now. Right here. So I don't have to go through this all over again. And that's that.
That T-Rex is right behind us. We gotta move fast.
Let's go. Rick, faster! Rick, now!
That T-Rex is right behind us. We gotta move fast.
Let's go. Rick, faster! Rick, now!
I'm gonna flash fry that dino dodo.
Yeah, I like the second one better. Once you made like a decision to knock out Gale using Rick's decision, you then go with Rick and with Gale towards the hovercraft, and then the T-Rex comes after you in the water, and then you use the grenades while you're on the hovercraft in the water, and then the third energy is coming behind them, and then eventually third energy kills the T-Rex, and then third energy nearly kills you and everyone on the boat, but you manage to speed past it into safety. Whereas you drop a bomb on the T-Rex die, and you narrowly escape the explosion of the bomb. Well, to me, like, even if they didn't escape the explosion of the bomb, the plane would crash. I mean, the helicopter would crash, and they might be able to survive. But if they didn't escape the third energy explosion, they would get sucked in and either get vaporized or transported to a different time. Because that's how the third energy works. So the third energy one seems to be the most dangerous one, because there was no guarantee that it would come back from wherever they went if they got sucked by the third energy, or if they got vaporized by third energy. So it's more like a guaranteed death, or a guarantee not coming back home with third energy. So now that I did all three, and I saw all three, I would say the second one to me is still better. I mean, dropping a bomb on T-Rex is no different than shooting a rocket launcher at them, which they did in the second one. Shot a rocket launcher, or should I say Rick shot a rocket launcher, or I mean a bazooka, next to a fuel tank and then explodes. But then T-Rex still came after. Yeah, the second one is my favorite. The last one, saving everyone with Kirk, even though you saved everyone, the second ending is still better.
You have mail.
Even though you save everyone.
The final report of Operation Dr. Kirk. Agent name, Regina. Dr. Kirk. Status, recaptured.
We have recaptured Dr. Kirk, who is currently negotiating future experiments with the military high command.
Gale. Status, alive.
Gale did survive, but he is seriously injured and is currently recovering at our military medical facility.
Rick. Status, alive.
Rick is currently analyzing the data that was recovered from Ibis Island.
Regina. Status, alive.
As for myself, I'm ready to begin my next assignment.
Tom. Status, deceased.
Tom was attacked and killed by a giant reptile that was inhabiting the island. He will be missed.
Cooper. Status, unknown.
We lost contact with Cooper at the beginning of the mission and have not heard from him since then.
Mission complete. Operation instructions.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Basically, the game is saying if you decide to try again, they'll give you a special gift. So I don't believe you need to beat it 3 times. You only need to beat the game twice to get that special gift, to get that last outfit, and to get that last outfit and maybe a weapon, maybe a special weapon with unlimited ammo. That'd be sweet. But now that this game is done, I can now finally go back, press start, press load, press 1, and this will be the final. Yeah, it'll probably be the same. Yeah, it'll be the same. You're not gonna get any. So that's it for the game.
You have mail.
All right, that's it for Dino Crisis. I'm done.
The second report from Military Experiment Facility. Agent name, Tom.
It was a good game, but I would say,
Successfully infiltrated and
see, now I could skip. Before I couldn't skip because I didn't beat the game before, so it forced me to not skip. But now, because I beat the game once,
okay.
I can't
This
skip.
is the first checkpoint. Playtime is officially over, kiddies.
Something's wrong. The lights in the guardhouse are out.
Maybe this has been a wild night of partying for the guards. You know, a little song, a little dance.
Stay here, Junior. Leave the guards to me.
Hey, did you hear what he just called me?
Forget about it. Just let Gale handle this.
All right, it's clear. Okay, let's do this. I'll infiltrate the facility and occupy the control room on the first floor. I should have access to all the security systems from there. I'll contact you as soon as I've cleared the room.
All right, that's pretty sweet. They at least give you the shotgun. When you play it for a second time, they give you the shotgun with 3 darts. Before, when you're first playing the game, you're only allowed to have the handgun. But because you beat it the first time, they now give you a shotgun, which is pretty sweet. Let's see what items they give you. They also give you 1 med pack. You probably had the bullets for the 9mm anyway, and they give you the, of course, the 3 darts for the shotgun. So you get 1 free med pack and 3 dart bullets for the shotgun. Whereas before you probably had to find a med pack and darts. So that's pretty cool. So that's nice. That's not too bad. So if I save and go back to my original save, and if I decide to play the game again, I'll go back over slot 1, save in slot 1, make sure I save in slot 1, and just to triple make sure, I'll save in slot 2 just in case something happens in slot 1. But that's it for Dino Crisis. Pretty damn good, but since time has passed and I've reevaluated this game, even though I was playing it for fun, I've seen the blemishes and the bad stuff about it. Going back over areas all over again, backtracking ridiculously so many times, maps not having actually identification for rooms, Not when you first see it on the map, but also when you first see it on the map and when you enter a room. So you can't remember where anything is, so you have to write it down on a piece of paper or jot it down in your phone. Be like, it's ridiculous. Um, so thankfully, those times have passed. But yeah, I think that my original assessment of the game, which was way back in the days, was a low nines territory, simply because I was doing it for fun. But after careful consideration, I would say this game is anywhere from 7.6 to about an 8. Most. It has way too many problems, just like many O2 games. At most, it should be an 8. If someone has this in like high nines, there might be something wrong with their logic, or even the low nines, there might be something wrong with their logic because there's tons of faults in there. Or even in the high eights, there might be something wrong with their logic because there's so many problems in the game as well. But I could see someone having this game logically in the low eights territory or mid eights territory or mid sevens territory or high sevens territory. Anything in the sixes, I believe they might not be paying attention to detail, but if the game pissed them off a lot, I could see that. However, I do believe this game ranges anywhere from a 7.6 to about an 8. So if you were to factor in the 7.6 to an 8, this game will probably come into about anywhere at a 7.8, roughly. An estimate medium of 7.8, which is not too bad. Because if you round that up, you get to a solid 8. So with regards to replay value, with regards to new gameplay, and you getting shotgun and different outfits, all those things to be considered, it's anywhere in the low 8s, because you'll eventually get on probably shotgun, and you'll probably get infinite ammo, or you probably get enough ammo to play the game and kill every enemies with shotgun and with the grenade launcher. And you'll probably get more than just a new outfit. You'll probably get a special outfit as well. But who knows? But if you add all those up, you would probably get the game to about anywhere from 8 to 8.5. So anywhere in the low 8s territory, I'll say this game is at its best quality. I say it hasn't uh, it hasn't aged like a fine wine, but some parts of it has aged like a fine wine, while many other parts have aged poorly. That's why I'm keeping it in the low 8s, because majority of it has aged poorly, but some portion of it has aged rather well. And it's quite fun, the idea of the fighting dinosaur survival, shooting them up, and then doing puzzles. The puzzles were very interesting. So at best, I could see this game as being an 8. So that's it for my Dino Crisis overview. Would I be playing this game anytime this year or next year again? Probably not. Will I be playing this game in the next probably 2 years, 2 or 3 years, which is like 2028 or 2029? Yes. In my assessment, this game is not worth me playing in 2027 again, unless I'm feeling happy about fighting dinosaurs. Um, that's what I'm thinking. With the numerous amount of games that are always coming out, both old school games being remastered or remade, and new games being developed, I don't see myself being interested in this game unless it's been remade for 2027. So I will probably play Dino Crisis in 2027 if it's a remake or a remaster where they fix all these blemishes and glitches and undesirable parts. And that's the only way I could see myself playing this in 2027 again. Otherwise, I'll probably play it maybe in 2028. Because there are way too many games that are far better than Dino Crisis. And unless they decide to remaster it or remake it like they claim they would, and whenever that's going to be released, maybe in 2027, that's the one time I could see myself playing it. Now, if they remake it and they make it 10 times better than how it was here, especially with maps and then double backtracking and then objectives, I guarantee that remastered or remade version will be 10 times better than this, because there are tons of problems in this that needs addressing. And whatever they do with regards to original Dino Crisis, especially for the remake, it would easily be better than this, and it will easily be in the 9, because this isn't that great. This is like in the high 7s territory. So whatever they remake and redo and fix, it will obviously be far better than this. So, yep, that's it for this game. Next time playing this, if it's not a remake, probably 2028.